Hey guys, welcome along. Okay, so this was going to be a sort of shortish video on the E-Class hopper, but we've sort of turned it into a let's see how OP the Mazda is, the MX-5 Miata 1990, as you can see. Now, one issue we come across straight away is we're on level 1. I've not done anything with this car in any other races, whether it be private, online, publics. Absolutely nothing, as you can see. So we're at the mercy of, we need to level the car, which I thought, okay, we'll go into we'll go into the hoppers. We'll just sort of ride it out, kind of thing. Just try and get the level up as quick as possible. Now, I believe that a slower car like this is definitely a lot harder to level up, just because, well, it's a slower car. It's slower around the track, so obviously takes longer. I think when you're leveling a car, you notice it gives you the sort of score for each corner of the track, and obviously how well you take it then coincides of obviously the points, XP, or whatever it is to sort of level the car. So, like I said, we thought we'd ride it out. We were having a look just to see if we could get a cheeky tune. We can't. We've got nothing. We've got nothing unlocked. So it was right. Okay, let's see what we can do. We knew we were going to be at the back. We had the intentions of starting at the back anyway. So now, bearing in mind, this is Laguna Seca. This will come into it near the end. Obviously, I will flash up the lap time when we're back here, and then we can, like I said, see the comparison. So obviously, practice got a little bit, as you can see, a little bit congested. As I said, I knew I was going to be slow compared to the rest. It had no tune. I think it was 268 PI, so yeah, which is no good. So with the beauty of video editing, we are speeding up the lap, and we're going to bring it back to my quickest lap base in practice, which would be the stock tyres it's got, obviously being a completely stock car, and we've got, I think it's 5 or 6 laps worth of fuel, which would have covered the race. So as I said, we'll bring it forward. I said, just love the video editing. Just makes life just so much easier for you guys. So we're clear. We've got somebody behind us, but I deemed he wouldn't be an issue. So as I said, we'll start the lap. As I said, it's just don't get me wrong, guys, I don't mind the slower cars. I've said it many times before when we're in a private sort of private lobby with random cars, random tracks. I do feel that the slower cars really make for good racing, good close racing. But like I said, when people are in sort of different cars, obviously I'm at the mercy of everyone because I've got no tune. It is completely bone stock, as you can see. This guy's trying to catch me, or starting to catch me, but lucky enough he doesn't send it, which is fair enough to him. I mean, some people would have just sent it and that would have been it. So yeah, coming down the corkscrew, the car, obviously, we've gone dirty, but it is very rear end happy. It was very twitchy. It was controllable, I'll give it that, for a stock car, but it was, if you just pushed the corners too much, it just didn't bite at all. It just wanted to slide. So coming into the last corner, sort of nailed this pretty well. Yeah, get the apex. That wasn't too bad. So, and then try and accelerate away in this stock beauty. So we're coming up to the line. Our previous was a 124.7. Yes, it's a dirty lap, but it wasn't massively dirty. So 23.171. So like I said, we'll sort of keep that in the back of our mind, and that'll come out sort of near the sort of, don't want to spoil it, but near the end of the video, and we're just going to see, like I says, how OP the Mazda can be. So like I said, I thought I'd have to do a few races to get the level up enough to get the tunes. I think there's sort of 2 tunes I was interested in, 2 setups, but yeah, the game being the game wasn't going to make it easy for me, as you'll see. I did almost throw in the towel with it, to be fair. I think if I'd have got 3 in a row, as you'll see, I would have just given up. I really would. I mean, this is me just starting off. This was the first race. Obviously, I've jumped it forward a little bit, so just to obviously condense the video. And as you can hear, the sound goes, and we've been dashboarded. So, okay, we'll go back in. I mean, we're not going to let this win. We're not going to let this beat us after just one dashboard. That's fine. So, back in it, we're level 2. After doing, I think I've done 3 or 4 practice laps, we're level 2. So, that just goes to show you how long it's going to take us. Yeah, just to get the level up enough to get a tune on it. So, we jump in here. We're just going to skip this along. As I said, guys, I'm not going to bore you with a practice. Watkins Glen, it seemed okay round here. It just obviously didn't have the top end, which is unfortunate because of the sort of flat out section from the start finish, or well, the first corner all the way up to the bus stop. So, but like I said, we jumped in. There was 17 minutes. One of my biggest bugbears, you know me by now, guys, I keep harping on about it when we do the onlines. It's how can you jump from sort of race to race, and until you're in that loop of races, you're at the mercy of the timer. I mean, sometimes 25, I think we've seen 32 minutes is the max we've seen, which is just ridiculous. You just want to race. I mean, 7 or 8 minutes is usually the norm. That's pretty much spot on for me. If it was a little bit less, it would be slightly better. But so like I said, we come out, practice. I'm not sure, like I said, with this, if we do the practice. Well, we did do the practice, but yeah, I'm sure we just we just give up, kind of thing. So, but in all fairness, the car was okay. Yeah, it's a stock car. You can't. Like I said, some of the corners, it was again sliding, looked like Laguna. Yes, it's a dry track, thank goodness. So again, we're here, ready to go. Just having a look up and down the grid, there was some sort of differences with tunes. Some people had stock tyres, some people had sports tyres, some people actually had the slicks on. So like I said, different cars, different tunes. They've all gone sort of a different way, which I noticed. So yeah, yeah. and then I speak too soon. Like I said, that was the second in a row, one after the other, a dashboard. So yeah, again, as I said, if there was going to be 3 in a row, this video wouldn't have been made, because to go from starting, I mean, the car's on level 6 now, which is a little bit better. Obviously, we jumped to VIR, which again, you know me, I don't like this track, so it just went from sort of bad to worse. It was like, come on, give me a break. I mean, we've got 17 minutes again, so which. Yeah, it's not my fault at the end of the day. The game dashboarded, and like I says, 2 in a row as well. So, as I said, if it had done 3, which I'm pleased to say it didn't, because as I said, you wouldn't be seeing this video, guys. I would have just binned it off, because you work it out. I'm already up to probably close to 40 minutes before we even started this VIR race with the timers, the practice, and everything else. So, yeah, it was starting to take its toll. But as I said, it's I mean, a few hanging screens and everything else, yeah, didn't make a massive difference to me. As I said, I was already in it. So as you can see, I'm again looking at a few cheeky setups, obviously just hoping more than anything, wishing, praying that I could get the setup, which again, yeah, not enough credits, not enough level. So again, we're bone stock. Starting at the back, we knew what was going on. We were going to be slow. There's no 2 ways about it. Sorting out the fuel. I mean, I did some practice laps again. I mean, I'm not going to bore you with the practice laps, so I'm going to jump straight in. No boring practice for you guys, just straight into the race. So, as I said, it's at the back. At the back. I mean, I looked again up and down the grid. I was sort of half expected it to dashboard me again. But yeah, like I said, thankfully it didn't. So, as I said, up and down the grid, a mixture of tyres, sport, stock. Some people had pushed the boat out and gone on to slicks. It was a dry race, thank goodness. As I said, we're starting at the back. We knew we were going to be slow. I think when we practiced, we were only a handful of positions up from the sort of slowest guy on the grid. And as I said, I'm almost 100% sure that I was running literally bone stock. Probably the only person in the race that was running bone stock. So, like I said, we knew it wasn't going to be a great race. We knew it was just a bit of sort of damage limitation, getting the car home, getting as many levels in the 5 or 6 laps as the race was, and then hopefully trying to get a tune on the car. That was the main aim. Get the tune on the car. We're laughing. We can then see what differences, how sort of small or big that they make the difference with the car handling everything else. Because with Forza, you can, or in my opinion, you can definitely feel the difference between a stock car and a tuned car. It's usually night and day for a lot of the cars. So, but yeah, so as I said, I was waiting for dashboard. It didn't. Great, we're going to get a race. First out of 3. So this guy comes straight across. Now that's an AI when you run it AI trick. So I was a little bit miffed, but then he started, as you can see, I was just baffled what was going on there. I don't know why the AI would just slam the brakes on, or has the guy then pressed start again to resume the race. I don't know. So this guy sends it down the inside of me, which was fine. I knew he had more speed than me, so yeah, I had to be careful. And as I said, I am am I last? No, I'm not last. Second from last. So yeah, 13 in here. As you can see by the mini map, we've got a good-ish gap over last place now. As I said, I don't know if he was just letting the AI run the car. I really don't, because he just seems so slow. I mean, so much slower than me in a stock car. So, but as I said, not the greatest of starts, unfortunately for me, because of that. Because getting caught up with them two, it sort of put me back off the pack. So then it was just a matter of trying to catch up. So and yeah, you can sort of see that they're tantalisingly close, but you just haven't got the grunt to start reeling them in. You sort of looking at the timing board and you see and think, well, the time just is not dramatically going down. I mean, it started to here. There's a guy in another Mazda. Again, I'm sure he was running a tune. It wasn't stock, so I mean, we'll see on here if they start pulling away. So yeah, 1.2. Yes, he's got a slight bit of slipstream as well. So I mean, I knew I was screwed. So we'll fast forward it on. Again, the beauty of video editing, I can do this just to condense the video. Otherwise, we'd be here probably over an hour video, which you guys don't want to sit there for an hour watching. So we catch up with the Clio anyway. So he's a little bit wobbly, possibly a controller driver. I don't know. And again, we get the old, oh, you're not there, I'm just going to turn in. The old Forza, I hope you're not there, I hope you ghosted, but I'm going to turn in anyway. So that was the start of a bit of shenanigans. Let's just put it that way. We had a bit of a back and forth. The guy in the Clio, yeah, it was just, yeah. Well, you'll see. I'm not gonna sort of spoil it. To be fair, as I said, I knew I was on the back foot. I knew I had the slow car. I mean, he catches me so quick in the braking zone. It was just unbelievable. Really, really was. I think the Mazda's sort of, would you say, party piece is obviously its cornering. Even in stock form, the cornering does seem pretty well, as long as you can, or you don't over push it, as I said, because you definitely feel the back end. As you can see, I pulled away from him, but yeah, you definitely feel the back end in this stock Mazda. It is not planted at all. So I mean, there's a couple of times you can see I'm sliding now and then trying to get on the power, and it's just not going. But as I said, we're pulling away from him, so I knew that it was good in the twisties compared to that Clio, which I'm quite shocked at, to be fair, because usually the Clio's pretty good through the twisties. So, but yeah, I think he's got more top end grunt, as you're going to see now down the start finish straight. He just seemed to have a lot more. So we come around here, and this last corner is so indifferent. Sometimes I can take it perfect, sometimes I absolutely mess it up and get a bad run all the way down. But you'll see, so he's 1.1 behind. He's now a second, and he just starts catching up. 0.9, 0.8, 0.7, 0.6. You can just see he's now firmly in slipstream. Yeah, I cannot do absolutely nothing about it. Absolutely nothing about it. So somebody's gone off as well in front, which, yeah, going to make it. I have a guy literally, like, yeah, rammed the back end of me. So, as always, whether he's trying to give me a helping hand here or not, I don't know. But then, yeah, so we come here, just, yeah, I don't know what happened there. In my mind, he started to come across again. Whether he didn't realise I was there, I don't know. It just, yeah, I don't know. It obviously wasn't intentional by me. So, but yeah, I get no penalty. So, which I was shocked at. I expected a penalty. You know what the way the Forza system works. That wasn't my fault. That he pretty much sort of come across me, and then his car sort of started to rotate. But I mean, I've seen, yeah, 4.5 second penalties dished out for that. So by this stage, I'm thinking, okay, I'm there. Yeah, and then he's obviously, I don't know if he's got a little bit of the arse on, or yeah, I don't know. You know what I mean, I knew he had the straight line speed, so I yeah, got a little bit I'll be honest, I was a bit naughty, to be fair. Yeah, I probably turned into a Forza player right there. I mean, as I said, I was a bit naughty, so I don't know what sort of went into my brain on that stage. He's obviously, yeah, then capitulated himself, got yeah, broke at the wrong point, broke on the grass, which you're never going to stop your car. So, like I said, it wasn't my best move. It wasn't my best moment in the race for sure. But yeah, I just yeah, I don't know. I'm speechless, to be fair. Looking at it back. I mean, you don't heat of the moment and everything else. You do stupid things, and that was a bit of a stupid thing. I sort of wanted to come back when he sort of went past me on the straight. I wanted to sort of come back behind him, get slipstream. Maybe I come back a bit too soon and just clipped him, and then it just got, like I say, a bit messy, a bit out of hand. But so anyway, he's obviously quite a way behind now. So I knew that I had the chance to stay in front of him. I mean, we've almost finished this lap. So as I said, it was just, yeah, trying to stay in front for the last lap. Which again, because he had the straight line speed, but yeah, as I said, I knew around the twisties I would be fine. So, like I says, vying for the yeah, vying for the lowly places. So, but as I said, yeah, we'll fast forward it. Like I said, I'm not going to bore you with anything else. As I said, we couldn't catch up with the guys in front. And as I said, we managed to sort of keep the guy, well, not keep him behind. I mean, by the time we crossed the line, he's 4.2. So, as I said, it's not my best moment. 11th, as I said, with the little shenanigans that went on. So, yeah, not the greatest. But we got the car to level 7. So, we're... Or level 12 there, okay. I thought it was level 7. As I said, we're getting to where I want to be with the car. Now, at this stage, I'm not sure if it's a bit of a sort of longevity issue. If longer you stay on, you get this. But yeah, we had the poor network come up again. Now, I don't know if that was me or whether it was the Forza servers. So, I mean, whether it made any difference in the race, I don't know. Again, starting at the back, as you can see, I said, yeah, mixture of tyre strats, mixture of cars. As I said, we were, yeah, pretty slow, to be fair. Can't remember exactly what lap time we pulled, but as I said, yeah, starting from the back, we're not going to, as I said, we're not going to bore you with the grid. I think we skip this along, do we? Maybe, maybe not. 20 seconds to go. Probably already skipped it for the purpose of the video. So, but yeah, thankfully from here on out, there was no dashboard. It was just about getting the level up. As I said, being a racer that obviously everyone likes to win, but being a racer that likes to sort of come through the pack and sort of try and aim for, say, possibly a podium or a good place, to be firmly rooted at the back of the grid in a stock car compared to all the rest of the cars that aren't. It wasn't fun, I'll be honest with you. Yeah. I think one thing it helped, it made me drive the car better, I would say, because it is bone stock. So you have to drive it slightly different to a tuned car, because it's just so not erratic, but it definitely hasn't got the handling. It really hasn't. It's, as a stock car, it's still not too bad, but you can see, obviously, yeah, with the rest of the cars, I mean, top speed and stuff like that. So, I mean, as you can see with this, it's a little bit of jockeying about. I send it on this guy. I mean, we keep the room, which is fine. I started to get a good run, but then obviously the Mini starts to sort of pull a little bit. Doesn't massively pull. I mean, again, stock tune, I can't do anything. I mean, he's starting to now pull on me, so I have to be careful. I mean, he's comes across me now. Whether that was the network issue, I don't know, because okay, we all know that people just come across anyway. They think they're clear. Yeah, as I said, I don't know. I really don't. But like I said, we've got 4 behind us, so we were in sort of unknown territory at this. Obviously, yeah, with this stock Mazda. So somebody's off as well up front. Could we sort of gain another place? I don't think so. We're up to 11th, which is well, sort of, yeah, I shouldn't be up here. I think it is. I shouldn't be up here. So, I mean, you've got people going off left, right and centre, cutting straight across. Lucky enough that guy was ghosted, so we're now up to 9th. I mean, this guy in the other Mazda obviously didn't like that I overtook him. I mean, he should have really watched his rejoin, to be fair. He just comes straight across the track. But so you got 2 other Mazdas. So this will be telling here. So I've got a good run, but I'm in a bone stock Mazda, and this guy just pretty much sails past me like I'm not even there. Other guy as well, look, just, yeah. I knew I was done for, to be fair. It just, yeah, wasn't happening. So, and then, yeah, just my luck, really, I'd say. I just, the sort of, the gap opened up slightly. I just sort of eased the car in, and just unfortunately, I mean, we sort of, he got my front quarter, and I sort of tapped his rear, and it's just sent my car round. So, yeah, that's it then. Back down to, not last, second from last, but, yeah. I knew from that it was going to be then a pretty much a boring race, because the car can't get the power down, or not so much get the power down. What am I on about? It hasn't got the power to get down. It's just, yeah, just not good. So these two were tussling, so I managed to get past. I mean, whether the guy behind, whether he had, I know obviously that them two touched, so they slowed each other down, but I mean, whether the guy behind is sort of a stock-ish car as well. So I did seem to sort of keep him at bay. This guy is literally all over the place, so I sort of smelt a position, but then I, yeah, got a little bit carried away, a little bit sideways. As I said before, the handling on this was just horrible. Absolutely horrible as a stock car. As soon as you try to push it at all, as soon as you try to take a corner too quick, you're done for. At the end of the day, you can really feel the frailties of a stock Mazda. You really can. So I said, yeah, 3 laps to go, and just, yeah. Well, I think my aim was then to keep the guy who's behind, and sort of, I mean, try and catch up with the guys in front, but I just knew that they had like the legs on me. I mean, again, the Mazda cornering is just pretty good, so I was looking forward to getting the Mazda tuned, in all fairness, because I think it would have been, yeah, really, really good. Seeing how the other Mazdas have just flew past me, knowing that the strength of the Mazda is its cornering, you know what I mean? It just, yeah, I was looking forward to it. But as you can see, we're at car level 14 right now. So Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there was a tune. One of the tunes I was looking at putting on did say the car needs to be a minimum of level 14. So I was like, okay, we should be sorted. We're gonna, yeah, get this set up on. But like I said, you'll see. You'll see if it's that easy or it isn't. So, but so we just seemed to be, yeah, catching this guy around the twisties. But as soon as he got onto the straights, he was gone. Just pulling on us. And like I said, that's where I think this is it 107? Yeah, about 106, 107 mile an hour is the fastest thing on, or top speed on this. So, but I said, by this stage, as you can see, we just, yeah, it was just stuck in 13th. We were pulling away from the guy behind, and we weren't catching up with the guy in front. So, as I said, it's a boring-ish race. But as I said, car level 15 now. So we are getting a level up. We are getting it to where we need it. I mean, I see this guy must have made a mistake, so I thought, well, we might have a chance of a free place, but just a little bit wide by me. Got a bit out of control. So yeah, and finished the game. At least we've got another race. I mean, a 40.8 is way off where we should be. Absolutely way off. So I've reached car level 13, it says, even though it's 14. So even though it says we're 15, really don't understand this game sometimes. Don't understand why it does this. But so from then, I'm sure this is where it just spits us out. I'm sure it does. I don't actually remember doing the Suzuka circuit. I'm sure it spits us out, or the game crashes or something. So yeah, I mean, and we only, yeah, there's only the two of us, so it's made the sort of lobby for us. But like I said, we'll have a look. We'll have a look at the tune. So again, see how far off we are. Hopefully we're not too far off. That's the thing. As I said, the tune I was looking at was upping the power. It was reducing the, I'm sure, the weight of the car as well. And I mean, on it said that the car has to be at least level 14. So I mean, from my perspective, I then thought, well, okay, I mean, we've got a chance. So I think this is the one. Yeah, low top 1%. So yeah, required car level 14. Only 3,500 car points, but no, we just haven't got enough car points. So yeah, was a little bit annoyed. It was like, what do we have to do? So we tried to load this one, and yeah, I mean, this car required car level 12, but the required points are 4,400 and something. So yeah, not a chance. So as you can see at this stage, I was getting a little bit frustrated. So yeah, we got rid of that, and obviously by the power of video editing, and yeah, as you can see, we managed to get the car up to level 39. Now, I'll be brutally honest, I didn't do races in it to do it. I just stuck it on autopilot pretty much round Le Mans for about 20 laps, and we got the level up. So yeah, I couldn't do it again. I couldn't do another race being at the back, being so slow, being so far off pace. So as I said, we are now level 39. Surely we must be able to load the tuning. I got into the lobby, and again, it's Laguna. So we've already raced here. We've already ran here. Or so we didn't race because it was one of the races that dashboarded. But we'd done the practice. We'd done the practice with the stock tyres and the fuel for the race. So I knew what time, as I said, and I will put the time up on the screen when we actually show you, or I show you my quickest lap, and we can see comparison wise. Lucky enough, it doesn't dashboard. It doesn't dashboard the race, and we actually race. We actually qualify as well. I just wanted to see what I could push, because I'll be brutally honest with you, this tune felt unbelievably just great. It was I mean, night and day from the stock Mazda. It was absolutely night and day from the stock Mazda. It just felt so good. and it was running the stock tyres as well. It wasn't even running the sport tyres or the slicks, which I was just shocked at. There was people on the grid when I qualified. I looked down the grid as I always do. There's people on the grid in the same car that had like the slicks on and that, and yeah, I'd obviously got pretty good time. So as I said, we go out to practice. I was just literally licking my lips to get on the track, just to see the difference between the stock car and a tuned, basically top of E-Class. It's PI 300, which is the top of E-Class. So yes, it's raining. It was. I'm not too sure if it was raining on when I did the first practice session on here in the stock car. I know the track was slightly damp, so yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but we'll yeah, not too sure what that guy was doing. I don't know whether he was like trying to drift or whatever. Just yeah, again, so many cars in the practice. We just needed to try and find a gap. So as I said, we're going to speed it up and we'll basically stop it and show you my quickest lap, because I did just get quicker and quicker and quicker. Just started to learn to throw the car into the corners and carry more speed through and everything else. It was just, I was just gobsmacked at how quick it was, to be fair. And again, I'm on stock tyres with the same amount of fuel I was on when I first come here on the stock tuned Mazda. So like I said, we've done a 20.7, but I knew we had more in it. I really did. So 20.3. Like I said, it was just working out how much I could push through some of the fast corners. It was just absurd how well the car went, and like I said, how OP it was. So we crossed the line. We do a 19.2, but like I said, we're not finished. This is my quickest lap. So I've learned with this first corner, you can cut a good bit of the dirt, as you can see, and try and keep it off a good chunk of the dirt on the right, because if you take too much, you then get a track warning. So obviously round here it's flat out. I noticed as well I didn't even reach 6th gear. It was always in 5th. So again, down a couple of cogs, trying to throw it in here without drifting too wide onto the sand, and then trying to carry as much speed as possible. Again, keeping it in 4th up here. Not, I mean, it's in the red line, but yeah, no need to change. So I was taking it down to 2nd at turning and then straight into 3rd and get on the power, so you weren't losing the back end, or the back end weren't starting to go. So it's showing I'm down on the timer below, but I'm actually not. So I'm up by half a second. So then yeah, keeping it in the 4th, throwing it through here. I mean, could have maybe went down to 3rd. I'm not 100% sure. I might have been in the red, but trying to get this as good as possible, hitting the inside apex and then getting on the power early in 2nd. I mean, the car just felt so stable. It was just, I say, it's absurd how well the tune made it, to be fair. So, as I said, it's an 18.4. I'll flash up now on the screen exactly what lap I did. And, yeah, you can you can see for yourselves, because I'm not going to take this qualifying here as a reference, because I never qualified the stock car. So it would be wrong of me to compare this lap to the laps that I did before, because as I said, I'm not going to say that it's apples to apples, because it wasn't, because obviously one was a stock car, one was a tuned car now with a PI at 300, not 268 I think it was. But as far as sort of the tyres and the fuel load, they were the same. So, but as I said, I decided to qualify. I wanted to qualify just pretty much just to see what time I could do, see how much the fuel or the fuel load sort of slowed me down. Obviously only running sort of 3 laps of fuel this time. I mean, but as I said, I just, the more and more I drove it, the more I enjoyed it, because it just, it was almost like it wanted to do what you would, or it wanted to do what you wanted to do, kind of thing. It would go where you pointed it. It would drive how you wanted it to drive. It was just, yeah. It's almost like you couldn't overdrive it, say. Yeah, almost like you couldn't sort of carry too much speed into the corner, or yeah. It just felt just so I wouldn't say planted because it's not, because it's rear wheel drive at the end of the day. It still gets a little bit twitchy. But yeah, compared to the stock Mazda, it is, yeah, night and day. And as I said, well, you would have seen with the practice time in this now and the practice time from before, the exact amount of time that I've gained by just putting somebody else's tune and putting the PI from 268 up to 300, still on stock tyres. It's like I said, it's absurd, to be fair. Now I know why the Mazda MX-5 is the GOAT. Pretty much is the meta to do with E-Class. And is it D-Class as well, possibly? I think there's a couple of classes where the Mazda tuned up is the GOAT. It is the go-to car. So, I mean, as I said, yeah. And as I said, I was enjoying driving it. Lap after lap after lap, I just wanted to drive it more. So we're 3 temps up, so we're on for a 17 on our second lap. So a 17.9. As I said, we just kept finding time over and over and over again. We just kept working out better ways. You can see more of the gravel. Take more of the gravel to try and keep it on. Or yeah, to try and carry as much speed as you can. Because this is basically a flat out section. You're just foot to the floor. So, I mean, we're 2 temps up. Again, this one just, yeah, cutting the sausage almost. And again, because it's Forza, the sausages don't seem to kill you like they do in ACC. So you can really abuse it. Really abuse the track limit. So, I mean, working out that braking, again, slightly later for corners and everything, it was just, like I said, such a joy. Just learning every lap, just pushing every lap, just getting quicker every lap. So like I said, we're 6 temps up. Just unbelievable. And this is going to be a sort of mid to low 17. And I was thinking to myself, could I even with a bit more practice get it into the 16s? It was just phenomenal. It really was. And like I said, this is I'd say the track's dried now, because obviously the window wipers are not working. We still see sort of a bit of rain on the dashboard coming down, but I'd say it's dried a bit. But yeah, 17.3, just unbelievable. Unbelievable, to be fair. As I said, I can see why it is the GOAT. The absolute meta. So, but yeah, we start the race in the tuned Mazda this time. And as I said, we've qualified at the front. No issues. I mean, the guy in second is in a Mazda as well, and he's tuned. I think he had the medium tyres as well, the slicks. So I sort of was like a little bit wary. It was like, right, okay, I know I'm probably about, I think it was about 2 seconds, something like that, quicker than second place. But I was still wary of obviously the launch, because being on slicks, he should get a better launch in theory. I'm on stock tyres, but as I said, I was hoping for a decent race. Obviously, like I said, I'm not going to spoil it. So as I said, I was sort of maybe even hoping that he would get a better launch than me and get away and get in front of me. Obviously, you've just got to be careful because of that first corner. I don't think you can carry 2 cars around there side by side. I mean, you're going to have problems, but I said hitting that limiter, but yeah, it just took off. I mean, it was, yeah. They must have sorted the gearing out. They must have just the whole thing. I was gone. It was like, okay, that's, yeah. I didn't expect that. I really didn't. So, I mean, constantly keeping an eye. I mean, the Mazda's now gone down to 3rd. So, you know what I mean? We've got the car up to 44, which is brilliant. But I said at that stage, I thought it was done. Until we come round here and I absolutely just ruin it. Missed the apex. Just, I don't know, yeah, whether I carried too much speed, whether I just got a bit cocky, or, like I said, I thought the race was done. Yeah. But that was fine. I was like, okay, that's perfect. Means I can try and get through the pack. We can have a more interesting race, to be fair. As I said, as much as I like winning, as much as I like being on the podium, I'd rather have a race where you're battling with people and coming through than just pulling away at the front and, yeah, it being a bit boring. So this guy was a little bit, I don't know what was going on. in my mind, it looked like he was just trying to counter what I was doing. Not, I wouldn't use the word block, but just, yeah. So, but yeah, we got down the side of him. Got definitely a good launch now. I mean, I start pulling away like nothing normal. At the end of the day, if I was back in my stock Mazda, I'd have been absolutely swamped by him. I wouldn't be able to go nowhere. So, as you can see, the guy in the other Mazda's managed to get into first. So he's pulling away. But as I said, we knew he had the pace, so wasn't an issue. These two guys have a bit of a tussle. I just say, right, screw it, and send it down the inside. I think it was almost like I knew, because I had the pace as well. I knew that the way the car handled, it just, yeah, I just felt so much more confident in it. So yeah, coming up to second place. I mean, that was pretty quick. To be fair, we didn't stay way down the order for long. So just working out what was going on. He was a little bit erratic, I'd say, maybe because of the car. So just sort of eased it down, and then yeah, tried to get the switch back, which we managed. Just managed. We almost hit him. So I think he gives up pretty much. He does. Fair enough. I mean, he could have sent it down the inside of me. Could have made it a bit more interesting, or a bit more dirty, a la Forza. But so that's it. So we're back up to second after our stupidity. I mean, the guy in front's got a 1.2 second penalty. So I said we knew we had the pace. It was just a matter of catching him up, trying not to get a penalty. As you can see, that was probably as close as you want to go. We're up now as well, and then all of a sudden, first place disappears. So that put pay to any more fun racing and yeah, trying to get past him and trying to win the race that way. But like I says, it is what it is. Forza. I think, though, looking at it from sort of my perspective playing the game, I don't think I've ever I've ever got dashboarded while I've been playing, actually, in a race. So, but yeah, as you can see from that, 2.2 second penalty. Now, I was a little bit gobsmacked, to be fair, because I just ran the track a little bit wide, but it also cost me time, and then they lump a penalty on as well. Because I remember looking at that lap, I was like, I think 8 tenths, something like that, down. It's just like, I always thought that, yeah, to give you a penalty, it's because you've cut the track and you've gained an advantage. It's like, no, I gained no advantage. I was 8 tenths down on my best lap, but you're going to go and slap I think it was 1.7 to start with, and then yeah, then we went slightly wide again. So very strange. But as I said, we were away. I mean, 6.2 in front. Don't have to worry about the penalty. This was, like I said, the last lap. This was my quickest lap as well. I was trying to do a quick lap without ruining the lap, getting a dirty lap, just to see where we were. On sort of used-ish tyres. Obviously you can see they're not really used at all, but that's, thankfully, the stock tyres don't seem to go down as quick as the slicks. So, but I said, ran the last corner, hitting the apex, lovely, accelerating. As I said, I definitely will be running this car again. I think there's only sort of 2 days left of the E-Class, but yeah, if I can get this car out in as many races as possible, yeah, 18.4 as well. So really good time, I think. And as I said, I really enjoyed it. But then after this, it had a bit of a moment, as you can see. It didn't show the podium. And we get the loading screen. And yeah, unfortunately from that was it. That was, I know obviously it's a long video, but I'd have loved to got in another track, especially a track that we'd been on before. So I could compare more lap times and see how much the gap is from just adding some PI, what's 30 odd PI and a decent tune. But yeah, Forza had other ideas, as you can see. It just spat me out. Yeah, I don't understand. I really don't. I mean, we try again. It doesn't say that like the servers are down or issues or whatever. It just, I said, shows this loading screen, and then spits you back to the sort of multiplayer part, and that's it. Like I said, I checked my internet, I checked everything. It wasn't my end, so obviously they'd gone down on Forza side, which, as I said, is a shame because I was really looking forward to getting to a different track as well, now that we tuned it. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? We can't beat ourselves up too much. The game is still bugged. Hopefully the patch will come out relatively soon this month. So, but yeah, it is what it is. Anyway, guys, that is it. I hope you enjoyed the video. I know it's been a bit of a long one, a bit of a drawn out one, but I hope you can see the difference between a tuned Mazda and a stock Mazda. And as I said, it's tuned, but it's only added a few things because it's only gone up, what, I think 32 points from 368. So, but yeah, as I said, guys, it is what it is. I hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, I'll catch you on the next one.